Alright, let's have a look at this thing then, shall we? Please bear in mind that stuff might go horribly wrong on the screen. Sort of make that abundantly clear. No, I don't. I don't know who you are. I'm not accepting friend invites. Dawngate. So, it's in closed beta at the moment, which means open beta. It means basically nothing, because the final wipe has occurred. They let you buy stuff. It might as well not be, you know, we've talked about the beta before. I mean, there's nothing closed about this whatsoever. But, yeah, that's that. Incidentally, I'm not accepting random friend invites, so if you wouldn't mind not, that would be great. We'll just get rejected anyway. In fact, let's make ourselves invisible. Sounds like a good plan. Alright. So, it is by a company called Waystone. And I've heard... I don't even play with the devs again. I never played with them in the first place. Today was the only time I've ever played Dawngate. I downloaded it mostly because a ad on the... What is it? The ad on Team Liquid reminded me of it. Interestingly enough. I'd known about it for quite some time, but I hadn't really had the time to look into it. Let's put some jazz on instead. There we go. Much better. That's what we like. Apparently making you invisible makes no difference whatsoever, so there's a bit of closed beta feedback for you, Waystone. You could start by letting people auto-decline, and if you're set to invisible, people should not be able to add you on friends. That's usually a way to go. The options menu is basic, to say the least, so there's a lot of work that still needs to be going into that, so I suppose you can call it closed beta one way or the other. Anyway, what is it? Well, it's kind of Dota-style game. Well, it's not kind of Dota-style game, it is. The reason that I was reminded of it was, as I said, that Team Liquid ad, and it said, break the meta. And I was like, huh, okay. That's an interesting idea. And I was playing on the idea that the metagame for games like League of Legends is very strict. I looked into it a little bit further and found out exactly what they meant by that. They have this role system that you can pick. You can pick your hero, but then you pick your role. And depending on which role you pick, it gives you a set of passive buffs, which kind of help you with that role. So, there's no such thing really as a support per se. They're called like tacticians, and tacticians gain currency for stuff that dies near them, so basically they don't have to last hit and they get a bunch of other stuff. And then you've got, I think it's hunters who are junglers, so they automatically get like, I think it's lifesteal in the jungle or bonus damage or something. So almost any hero in theory can jungle, although not all of them too well. There's two more roles. There's a Predator, which I think is basically a roamer/ganker role, which gives you a bonus there. And then there's Gladiator, which gives you last hitting bonuses. You actually get more money for a last hit than any other role does. So kind of your carries are going to be taking that role, which is interesting. It's a fairly intriguing system. Gives you quite a lot of flexibility, and in theory you could play any hero that way, and apparently all of the items are very, I wouldn't say homogenized, but basically the stats kind of help regardless of what character you're playing. So there are obviously items which are better for some than others, but they're all useful in some way. So in theory you could take a character which looks like a support and play it like a carry and do things like that, which I find fairly interesting. I've played a few games of it so far. I've had a reasonable amount of fun with it. It's been okay. I bought myself some waypoints. That's the whole currency thing. And this is the in-game currency, Destiny. I haven't bought anything yet because, honestly, they give you a very generous selection of free rotation heroes. There's like 12 of them. And I don't know which hero I like yet. Although, actually, I can tell you one hero I do like a lot. They're called Shapers, by the way. These are what they look like. Where is he? Where's the one that I really like? I actually started as him. I had no idea what I was doing. I picked him. Renzo! Yes. He is a handsome man. I'm going to unlock Renzo. Because, frankly, I actually know how to play him. So, ish. So I'm going to... Renzo is hilarious, by the way. Yes, I will unlock him. Okay. Well, I'll dive into a game and show you what's going on with it. Although, before I do that, I should probably show you the loadout system. It's kind of interesting. They do a sort of rune system, similar to the way that League of Legends does things, but they do it as almost like a jigsaw puzzle. So different slices can fit in different places. So it's like, if I go to Loadout 2, there's this big one you get by default, which is actually like a passive. It's called the Spirit Stone of the Duelist. And it gives you stacking mark to the primary target, which seems pretty useful if you're going to be anyone who's like a AD carry or whatever. And then you've got all of these, which I believe you can socket with sparks, I believe they're called. Yeah. I think that's how they work. And then you kind of slot them together. It's kind of neat. I haven't got many of them yet, obviously. Alright. Let's give it a shot. Also, the game has no tutorial of any description, so that was fun. I jumped into my first game. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, this is my first game. I have no idea what I'm doing. Thankfully, they were really helpful. I was like, it's okay, just stick with me, do this. And I followed this guy around who was playing the Gladiator role. I was playing Renzo kind of in a support role. I was just helping him out. I was shielding him. He's like, max your E first, then spam your E whenever you can, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it makes sense. It made sense. Alright. And I'm gonna turn the music off, since the in-game music's actually pretty good. Alright, there we go. Okay. So we should have some selection music going on here, unless I've accidentally muted it. I did... Huh. I have a funny feeling that somehow I might have messed up my sound assets here. Because I'm not hearing a damn thing. I don't like that. I don't think I can jump out either. Damn it. I'm just going to check and see if it's on another sound device. I have a strong feeling that it is. I'm just not seeing it anywhere. Playback. No. Sorry, guys. This is silly. And Renzo's already been picked. Great. Well, I guess I will play this guy. And I have absolutely no idea what role. Tactician, I suppose. Yeah, because Tactician seems to be a good default. It's like, I have no idea what this guy does, so I'll play him support. Seems like a good idea. I'm just trying to find out exactly what is up with my sound and why it's breaking. Because it's not even showing up in my actual sound mixer, which indicates to me that we are set to the wrong outputs. I just don't know what outputs. Yep, I have no explanation for that. I'll try and fix it as we get in game. Oh, man. That sucks. I have no idea what this guy does or how to play him. But everyone gets wards, which is lovely. That's a feature. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, I'll try and get the sound working as we go in. I'm not sure why it's decided just to fall over and die. Yep, I've got no sound. This is just brilliant. What an awesome... I mean, unless it's just really, really quiet. Nope, it's not there. Brilliant. That's wonderful. That's just great. We have an entirely silent game, and I can't tell you why. As much as I would love to. Oh my god. I don't want to bail on these guys, but this sucks. Oh, fuck me. Alright, well, sorry, this particular match is going to have to be silent, so we're going to listen to jazz. There we go. Well, I guess this is why it's closed beta. The fucking thing doesn't work properly. Alright. So let me buy some stuff. I'm just going to go with the starting items that it suggests at this point. I keep pressing B for some reason. It's not the button I'm going for. Okay, alright, let's go. So what abilities does he have? Bolt! Dashes! Okay, let's... That could be useful fairly early on for escape. Shock! Because it yields overload for the next 3 seconds. Basic attacks. Okay. Alright. And... recharge. Okay. I'll be damned if I know what any of these do. And I have a feeling going support, or tactician as it were, is probably not a very good idea. Ow! Go away! I'm gonna go ward that bush, there we go. So everyone gets a free ward that they can use every few minutes. Like, you don't buy them. You just get its actual button, which is kind of nice. What's the passive of this thing? Uses energy to cast her abilities, gains 5 energy, a basic attack against a primary target. Okay. Well, I can't do jack shit here. Thankfully, I will get money regardless. Because people are dying near me. I'm not sure where the rest of the team is, or what they're doing right now. Which is just lovely. Is she... She is actually hitting people with an eel. Huh. Well, that is a new thing. Alright, I also need to get a spell. So, you can actually choose 3 separate spells. One at level 1, one at level 10, one at level 20. And everyone can get the same 12. I think we will go with Blink. There we go. That should be helpful. That will at least allow me to escape. Okay, so my eel is shocking. Let's see. There we go. And they have a Renzo, which makes me upset, because I wanted my Renzo. But it's probably best that we wait until the sound gets fixed, because Renzo's sound stuff is hilarious. And I wouldn't want to ruin it for you by not giving you the opportunity to hear it. Alright, so this is an energy-based hero. I haven't actually seen a hero that uses mana. I'm not even sure if there is one. All the heroes I've played so far have either been time-based cooldowns or energy. I don't think they actually have mana in this game. Okay. Oh, Renzo's going off to have a laugh. Get that eel! Fuck over Renzo! No, okay, let's not go any further than that. Oh, Christ! Ugh. Oh, no. Oh. That was a close one. I'm not really sure what I am. I think I'm an otter at this point. Oh, so Will's the community manager. Well, in that case, I fundamentally apologize for declining your friend request. That is perhaps something we'll want to look at later. Alright. Buy stuff. Starting items, Vitality Potion, Adamants. Okay, so that appears to be a crab of some description. So the item system is kind of interesting. It uses the items upgrade kind of system that I suppose you probably... Yeah, I can't really buy anything useful other than small pots. Let's do that. That you probably remember from games like Infinite Crisis and Smite, but the way that they do it is really interesting. They laden them with passives. Unique passives and stackable passives. And apparently most items are actually useful on all characters, which is intriguing. Right now I'm just kind of following the basics that it's giving me because I don't have the information that I need otherwise. Alright. We're going for it. We're going for it. Well, we would be, but we're not now. No, that's a shame. I'll have to bring Auto Death to him later. So that's what Recharge does. Okay. Hello. Oh, yeah! There we go. Let's have him. Get him with that sodding eel. How good is this eel? It's pretty good. They have a Renzo, though. I don't like that. So you might notice the map's a bit big. Well, it's only 2 lanes, but they've got this massive jungle. It's huge. A lot of jungle stuff going on with it. They're suggesting things like double jungling is entirely viable. I'm gonna max my Q. Mostly because I have no idea what to max. There's no in-game guides outside of the items yet, so... I'm just gonna max something and hope for the best. I'll max the Q for the dash. Alright. This game does have sound, for those of you just tuning in. For some reason, we have a sound bug. I will fix that after this game. But the only way I otherwise could have done it would be to quit, and that would have left my team out in the cold, which would have sucked. So we're currently listening to some relaxing jazz while we attempt to play this. There's this thing in the middle of the map called the Parasite, which is kind of like your Roshan, but it evolves as the game goes on. When you kill it, I think it resets its evolutions. It gets tougher and gets more abilities, but the longer you leave it, the better buff you gain. Apparently, it gives you, like, it gives your team a buff, and it also unlocks some special units called Striders that come. So they're basically super minions, or creeps, which is interesting. Apparently, max Q than max W. Okay, so... Oh, crap, I forgot my ultimate. This is what I get for listening to the community manager, folks. It's clearly all his fault, and not my utter incompetence. Oh yeah, the Parasite's kind of crazy and gives you a lot. There's also 4 things on the map. Hello, here we go. There are 4 sort of mines of sorts on the map. Oh, I think I'm dead here. Well, we'll see. Maybe. No. There are 4 of these mines on the map, and they actually give you passive income, so they're going to be constantly mining. If you own these, then you're going to be gaining the currency, which is called Vim, at a faster rate than the other team. You can capture these, which is pretty cool. And we lost a player again. Great. This has actually happened almost every game. We usually have a player DC, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure who's DC'd on either side, but we'll see what happens there. Oh, buy items first. Buy items first. Get back there. So it's recommending Adamants. I can't afford that yet, but I can get Form, which is the prerequisite to that. You'll see it's got a stackable passive, and then once you get to the epic legendary items, you get a unique passive, which is usually pretty awesome. So my abilities deal additional 8 damage. The additional damage is equal to 10% of my armor and reduced by 33% effectiveness on damage over time, which is interesting. But yeah, some of the passives are actually crazy, and every item has them. So you can end up with a fairly insane build of stuff from what I can tell. There's the standard consumables available as well, of course. From what I can tell, there aren't any activatable items outside of the consumables, though. You pretty much have these 2 slots, and then it's your spells and your abilities, and everything else is a passive, which might piss off some people. Or be confusing to some people, of course. You know, those of us who play Dota know that you have quite a lot of items that have activatables on them, and they're kind of key to victory. As far as I haven't seen any yet. I might be wrong. There could be some later on. Alright. I like the fact that I've always got a ward with me. That's nice. It's like, there's no excuse not to use it. You'll see every time something's dying there, it's coming up with a so-called Vim counter, Vim being the currency. So it's saying, hey, you know, you got something because you were nearby. So last hitting for me is not that useful because I'm a tactician. But for this guy, who I assume is a gladiator, it's kind of his thing. I think it's a fairly elegant way, well, one of the less extreme ways of dealing with the problem that, you know, carries are supposed to hit and then the other guys are just kind of supposed to sit around. These guys are sort of based just on the, oh, okay, interesting. Alright, so that's what my ultimate does. So apparently it catapults them in the air for a few seconds and pulls them into the sky. And you can apparently recast it and change the landing location. Good, that would have been nice to know, but I'll do that right next time. This is my first time playing this hero, so I apologize for my ineptitude. I don't want to be anywhere near that tower. I was saying something important, I'm sure. Oh, I went right into his ultimate there. That's probably not good, is it? No, that is actually terrible. Alright. Let's not be there in any way. Yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. Obviously, like, the Blizzard way was the extreme way of saying, well, this last hitting basically doesn't exist, and everyone has the same amount of experience. And then there's other games like Strife who have been doing, they do it on a lane-by-lane basis. So, like, the goal is split between the people in the lane, and if there's no one in the lane, it's split across the entire thing. There's, like, basically a solo lane in that game's a bit weird, because you end up with a situation where you don't get the full amount of gold if you're the only person in the lane. The rest kind of split around, so the optimal number in any lane is 2, which is a bit weird. And then the more people are on the lane, the less split you get, like in terms of experience and gold. So, like I said, it's a little bit odd. It definitely is a bit odd. I'm not sure if I can make anything happen here. Nah, driving all the way back to the tower. Should probably take some jungle creeps while we're here. Got this lane locked down pretty well. Let's go and attack these mutant fish things. There we go. Yeah, we'll definitely use recharge quite a bit here. I'll say, you're using energy for most of this, so. And go for recharge again. Slap the big fish around. That's what I like to see. And max out Q. Like I said, sorry guys for those of you just tuning in. The reason why there's no game sound is that, well, it's broken for some reason. I'm going to fix it after this game, but I couldn't find a way to do that in-game. I assume the problem is on my end with a misconfigured sound device, so I'm going to fix that after we're done with this. So please do enjoy the sounds of Phoenix Wright and his jazz orchestra. Oh, Jesus Christ, why? Oh! Recast. Well, that was not the place I wanted to put it. Maybe I almost had him. I wanted to pull him back further so we could kill him, but I think that was out of range of my landfall there. Well, it's a learning experience. Apparently turning up my master volume and saving settings will fix. Okay, I guess we'll find that out. This was probably a terrible idea. Why on earth did I get anywhere near that? Jesus. I just felt like being a helpful little otter, and this is what happens. Alright, well, I guess I'll give that a try. Turning up master volume and saving settings. Okay. That did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Again, the problem seems to be, and this is just a little bit of beta feedback for the fellow in the channel, is that the game itself wasn't even appearing under my Windows mixer. So that means it's either decided to take it upon itself to change to a different sound device, meaning I can't hear it, or there's something else weird going on. Oh, restarting. Yes, I'm not going to does this game have reconnect? Let me know if this game has reconnect. Sorry, big welcome to Waystone Games in the chat, by the way, who is Zwill, I believe, the community manager for this game. I don't know if there's an otter or not, but I'm making the assumption that it's an otter. And there's nothing that you can do to change that, so just deal with it. Oh, it does have to reconnect? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm going to slap a few things around with my eel, if you don't mind, first. So, this is my crab. It has a unique passive called Lockdown. Taking physical damage from enemy shapers builds a stack of Lockdown for 4 seconds. At 5 stacks, Lockdown will activate, reducing nearby enemies' move speed by 30%. So, all of the legendary items that you get all have a unique passive, and even the basic, well, not the basic items, but the blue items have a stackable passive, which is inherited by that item. All right, I'm gonna quickly. Well, I hope he's right about this, because otherwise I'm going to screw these guys over big time. Alright, I'm restarting the game. Quickly. Trying not to screw these guys over. Hoping I can get the sound to work again. Oh. Yep. That's it. That's it. Sweet. Okay, let's get back into the damn game. I may have to mess with the volume levels. Give me some feedback in the chat, by the way. There are many different volume sliders, so trying to get it right for the stream is going to be a bit tricky. But I will try my best for you.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, sweet. It might be a little bit too quiet, it might be a little bit too loud. Please let me know in the chat. Alright. Okay, so probably shock now, I suppose. We'll get back into it. Frame rate's pretty good in this game. Like, it's dropping below 120 at the moment. That's mainly because I'm streaming. It was like at 180 earlier on max, so it's not too bad.
Why I gotta walk all over?
Bit quiet? Alright, I can fix that for you. Let's give it a little bit more audio. Alright, give that a bash. Alright, screw this. Oh, we missed him! Almost had it. Slap him around with the eel! There we go. That's what we like to see. My eel slapping skills are second to none. Oh, apparently there's 5 levels of that, not 4. Good to know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can push the music up any higher than I already have. I'd have to push everything else down. Let's do that. In the middle of a lane, because I too like to live dangerously. Alright, we're going to up this. We're going to down everything else. There we go. That should be okay. Oh, looks like we're trying to steal one of their something mines. I can't remember what kind they are, but you can basically kill these for Vim, which is the currency, and then you can yeah, Spirit Well, that's the name of it.